Identifier. So normally what is identifier? Something like this. So identifier is nothing but it is nothing but a class name, variable name, package name, function name, and library name. So these are the identifier. Identifier is nothing but name, okay? Class name, variable name, package name, function name, and library name. So for example, if I'll talk about the variable, let's say I want to define the variable like this, my var equal to 10. So this is my variable name. Okay, in Python, we can define the variable like this. Variable name, then this is your assignment operator, and this is your value. This is your value, this is your variable name. Variable name, and this is your assignment operator. This assignment operator is nothing but equal, single equal value. Okay, this single equal to whenever you give, that means you are assigning this value into this variable. So this is your variable name. This is your variable name. Now this variable name is nothing but your identifier. Identifier. Now if I'll talk about the function name, okay. So in Python, how we can define the function by using keyword def keyword. Def and the function name, let's say I'm using the function name like this, my sum. And here inside this, I will write the logic to do the summation. Right now, we are not focusing on the logic. So here, this is your keyword, which is used to define the function. This is the fixed keyword. You cannot change this one. Okay. And this is your function name. Function name. And then this function name is nothing but your identifier. So this is just a name. This is your identifier. Now again, if I'll talk about the class, so in Python, if you want to define the class, you need to use keyword, something called class keyword. And then let's say I'm giving my class name something like my connection. And then you need to give the colon here, and inside this, you need to write your code. So again, this is your keyword, which is the fixed to define the class, and this is your class name. This is your class name, and this class name is nothing but your identifier. So identifier is nothing but it's a class name, variable name, package name, function name to identify this one. Okay. Now there is something left, your package name and library name. Package name is nothing but your folder. Okay. So whenever you will create, so you are doing testing, right? So whenever you are testing some project, some code, that all code will be in the project, right? So for example, if I talk about my project, so in that our project, we have some project structure, something like this. So there will be your main underscore ds is there. Okay, this is our main folder. Inside this main folder, we have something subfolder, something called CFG. That means here inside this, in this folder, we are keeping all the configuration files, like all the database connection. Whenever we want to read any file, that location, everything we have mentioned in this location. Okay. Then we have bin folder is there. Then we have lib folder is there. Then we have SQL mapper is there. SQL mapper is there. Now, these are your subfolder. Under this subfolder, here multiple files are there where we are keeping the configuration file. Whenever someone will say configuration file, that means that, let's say if you want to connect with the database, so for connecting the database, what are the things required? Host name, username, password, right? Server name. Or if you want to read any file, some location, all those details will be mentioned in the configuration folder. Then in bin folder, again, you can use the Python files. So here we have multiple Python files are there. Inside this lib folder also, we have Python files. So inside this lib folder, this is your subfolder. Inside this, there is one file name is something called extraction.py file. There is one more file is there, that is something called load data underscore eod.py file. So something we have filed. So these are the scripts. Okay. Now this is my main folder, right? So this folder name main underscore ds, this is nothing but your package. You can also make this one as a package. You can also make this package. So these are your package names. And this package name is nothing but your identifier. And if you see this .py file, Python file is nothing but your library name. Okay. So this here name is what? Extraction. This extraction is nothing but your library name. Library name, that means your this is your identifier. Again, this Python file, this name of this file is what? Load underscore data underscore EOD. EOD means end of the day. So we are working for the this sharing market. Okay. So there will be some script will be there. So end of the day, whatever the data will be there, we will load that end of the day. So for that, we have created this script. So this script name is load underscore EOD. Again, this is your library name. Library name, and this library name is nothing but your identifier. Are you getting this one? So these are our identifiers. So variable name, function name, class name, package name, these are the package name, and this name is your library name. All these are your identifiers. If you want, you can write rules for defining identifier. The first rule is identifier can contain alphabets. Alphabets, it can contain your uppercase also, uppercase and lowercase also. Uppercase is nothing but your capital letter, lower means small letter. You can also give digit, and there is one special character you can use, that is your underscore. Underscore. For example, I can define my identifiers. Let's say I'm defining the variable name. So variable name is my identifier. So I can write like this, my var equal to 10. This is also valid identifier. I can also write this one like this, my var equal to 10, or I can write my underscore var 01 equal to 10. So these all are my valid identifiers. So here if you see, in this identifier, I have used a small case and V is my capital letter. So this is the possible identifier. Then again, in this identifier, in this variable name, I have used all are my lowercase and underscore. This is also valid identifier. Again, in this name, if you see, I have used a small letter, underscore, and the digit also I have used. This is also valid identifier. You can also use like this, my underscore var 01 equal to 10. So you can use lowercase, underscore, capital letter, and digit also. This is also valid identifier. Second, identifier should not starts with digit. This is the second rule for identifier. So let's say if I define the variable name, I cannot define variable name like this, 01 underscore my var equal to 10. This is the wrong way of defining the identifier. Why? Because your name is starting with the digit. So in any identifier, whether it is a package name, variable name, class name, your name should not start with digit. This is the wrong way of defining the identifier. Third one, identifier should not use keywords. So you know basic Pythons, right? You know, right? What are the keywords in identifier? ID. If is there, else is there, elif is there, def is there, import is there, pass is there, for is there, while is there, then other return is there, then yield, then we have break is there, continue is there. So there are so many keywords are there. So why we are using this keyword? So keywords have some fixed meaning. This is the constant meaning in the Python. You cannot change this meaning. So with the help of class, you can define the class. With the help of def keyword, you can define the function. If you want to write the condition in our code, for that we can use this if elif condition. There is a import is there. Why we should use import? Let's say you have written one Python code. Now inside that Python code, let's say you have written 100 functions, right? Now, and in that function, let's say you have written some logic, 4 5 function is there, which you have written some logic. Now when I will create my function, then I also need to write the same logic. So if I will create my Python code, again I need to create the function, again I need to write the same logic. So instead of writing that logic, why should not I will bring your code in my code? So you have created some like Python file in some location. I want to use your code. So what I will do in my code, I will import your code. So for that, we need to use the import keyword. So with the help of import keyword, I can bring your function in my code, and then I can use that one. So in that way, what will happen? I don't need to write the code from scratch. Already someone have written that one in my team. Why should I will write again from scratch? It what will happen if I will write the code from scratch? Let's say you have written one function where it is connecting with the database and inserting some record. Same logic I also need to write in my code. So again I will create the function, again I will create the connection, again I will write the code to insert the record into the database. So let's say 10 15 line of code is required. So already you have written that one. So what I will do, I will import your code in my code, and then I will use just function. I will call that function and my work is done. So in the single line, my work is done. But if I will not import, what will happen? I need to write that 10 line of code. So if 10 line of code I will write, my length of code will increase. Second, it will time consuming. So already the code is there. Then why should I will use write again from scratch? I will use your code. So in that place, we need to use the import keyword. So there are different keywords are there. We will see later this one. Okay, different keywords have different meaning. So we should not use this keyword for our identifier. For example, I should not write class equal to 10. So here what I'm doing, I'm using this class keyword for my variable name. I cannot use this class as a variable name. This is the wrong way. Python will throw you the error. Okay. Again, I cannot write like this def, and here I will write my logic. So here what I'm doing, I am using this def keyword for my function name. So again, this is the wrong way of defining the identifier. Python will throw you the error. So you should not use your keyword in any of the identifier. You should not use for the class name. You should not use for the function name, package name, library name, and your variable name. Okay. These are the three rules which you need to keep in mind. In the class name, let's say class name, I'm taking a student details. So in student detail, what I will do, I will write a student underscore name equal to, let's say, Dheeraj. Okay. Now let's say roll number. Roll number equal to 20. And let's say I will write here class number equal to, class number is, let's say, 9. So here I used the class, right? But along with the class, I have used underscore name. So Python will not consider this one as a keyword. It will consider as a one word, this one. Okay. So in this case, Python will not throw error. But if you write only class equal to 9, so Python will consider this one as a keyword. If you write this in any ID, let's say in PyCharm or let's say VS Code or any, so this class will be in the different color. Keyword will show in the different color. Okay. So automatically it will throw you the error. Follow these are the standard way to defining their identifiers. So a standard way of defining the identifiers. So there are three standard way. One is your snake case. Second one is your camel case. Third one we have Pascal case. Pascal case. A snake case is used for variable name, package name, and your library name. Camel case is used for defining the function name. Pascal case is used to define the class name. So these are the three standard way of defining the variable name, package name, library name, function name, class name. Now, what is a snake case? Let's say if you are using single word, okay? So let's say I'm defining your variable name. If you are using the single word like this, name equal to Dheeraj. So this single word should contain the small letter. There should not be capital letter. Okay. Now let's say if I'm to define the student name, I'm using two words as a variable name. So I can write like this: a student underscore name equal to Dheeraj. So this identifier variable name here I'm using two words. A student is one word, another is your name. So these two words should be separated by underscore and each word will be the lowercase. If you are using single word, then you don't need to define anything, underscore and all those things. But your name should be in the small letter, lowercase. This is called your snake case. Hmm? So that's why when I'm explaining, you should focus here, not on writing. So a snake case is nothing but to define the variable name, package name, library name. Most of the company, they are using this snake case for defining these things, three things. So let's say if you are defining the variable name and you want to use only single word. So you can use simply name equal to Dheeraj. Okay. And let's say you are writing the one word. So here I'm using one word. So this should be your all are lowercase. But let's say same name I want to define with the variable where I'm using two words. So I will write like this: a student underscore name equal to Dheeraj. So here I'm using single word, all are lowercase. When I'm using two words, here a student is one word, name is another word. So each word should be separated by underscore. Underscore. Here you should not use digit and all those things. But in my practically, when I will show, sometime I will write 0102. But in real time, you should not use the digit. Okay, you should go for the standard way. Let's say if you are working for the, if you are taking the data or storing the data of a student, you should give some meaningful data. Okay, let's say if I will talk about the customer details, so I will write like this: customer underscore ID equal to 101. Customer underscore name equal to, let's say, Rahul Kumar. Let's say I will write here address, so I will write here address equal to, let's say, Bangalore. So here I am using two words, so each word is separated by underscore, lowercase, all are lowercase. Here also I am using two words separated by underscore. Here I am using only single word address. So here you don't need to define any underscore. So in address, all are lowercase, here also lowercase, here also lowercase. So this is called your snake case. If you are using single word, you can use here. If you want to define the two words or three words, all words should be separated by underscore and all words will be in the lower case. And these are used for the variable name, package name, and library name. So company are using a snake case. Sometime if you will see some in some other organization, maybe they can use a snake case for the function name also. It depends on the organization that which standard they are following. So let's say if another company, let's say if they are following a snake case for function name, so whenever you will write your function, you should write based on their standard only. Okay. Now there is something called your camel case. In camel case, what will happen? Let's say if you are here, camel case is used for the function name. So here just let me write the function name def. If I will use single word, then I can write like this: Here I will write the logic. But let's say I am defining the function name like this: def load data. So in this function name, I'm using two words. So when you are using single word, then all are small letter. When you are using two words, so your first word should be the small. When second word will start, second word first letter should be the capital, and remaining will be the lower. So this is called your camel case. Okay. Now then there is a Pascal case is there. Pascal case is used for the class name. So in Pascal case, if you are using single word, multiple word, each word first letter should be the capital. Okay. So if I write here class and if I write the connection, only one word I'm using. So connection, and in this name connection C is the capital. Now let's say again I will create another class. This time I will use two words. So I will write my connection. So here M is the capital, C is the capital. Again, every words are first. Yeah. So let's say here again I'm using three word: my, class, connection. Let's say this is my class name I have defined. Here three word I'm using: my, class, connection. Here each word, if you see, first letter is the capital letter. This is called your Pascal case. So not most of all the company, they are using Pascal case for defining the class name only. Okay. There you can, Python have given the facility that you can do, it will not throw the error, but whenever you will for the work for the organization, you should follow some standard way. Okay, for your practice, you can give my number underscore 01, my number underscore 02. It will not throw the error. But when you work for the company, you need to give the proper variable names which define your business. Let's say let's say I want to store the student name. So I cannot write like this: my var equal to Dheeraj. My here I am giving my var. It will not throw me the error. It will store this is my correct variable name only. But whenever you are working for the company, let's say you are storing a student name. So as per company standard, you need to give some meaningful name. So here, let's say tomorrow, if you change the company, someone will come into your place. So he will not understand that what is this. He will understand, he or she will understand this is the variable name which is storing this name. But what is this? What is the meaning of this variable? So if you write here like this, a student underscore name equal to Dheeraj, right? So people, even let's say if you switch the company, someone is working in your project. So by this name, they will understand that this is the student details. So you need to give the proper name here. Okay. Standard name we should give so that means readable purpose. We need to always give the meaningful name. Let's say if you are working for a student, you should give the student name, proper name, roll number, class name, course. These are the variables. If you are working for the customer, so customer ID, customer name, address, phone number, these are the variable name you need to give, right? And let's say if you are working for the, let's say you are working for the healthcare domain. So for healthcare domain, what you should write? Patient ID, patient underscore ID, patient underscore name, or let's say patient first name, patient last name. These are the variable you need to give proper way so that people will understand that this variable define what meaning. It's you should not give my where equal to patient name, my where equal to patient ID, my where equal to that roll number like that you should not give. Okay, that means you are doing the blunder. Your code will working fine, but someone when someone will read your code, you are not that matching the standard of the organization. Okay, what is variable? It is used to store or hold the value temporary. So variable is used to store or hold the data temporary. Okay, not the permanent. Why not the permanent? I will let you know. Let's say you have defined a student name like this: a student name equal to Dheeraj Gupta. So this variable name you have defined is here. This is your student name is the variable equal sign, and then this is the value. Whenever you will execute this code, first of all, in the Python, in RAM memory, in Python RAM memory, this you have defined this one, right? So it will consume one area. It will occupy some area, this object, and here Dheeraj Gupta will be stored. Now this Dheeraj Gupta will be referred by this student name, and this area have some memory address. For each object in the RAM memory, some area address will be created. Address, okay, memory address, and let's say this memory address value is 101. In real time, I will show you in Python, the digit will be of this memory address will be 15 digit. Right now here I'm just writing 101. Just consider this one 10. Now let's say again you have defined one variable, roll number equal to 23. Again one object will be created here, and 23 will be stored here, and this area will be referred by roll number. Now again let's say here you have given course equal to, just I will write here math. Now again one area will be consumed, math, and this will be referred by course variable. Okay, and the memory address of this 102, and here let's say 103. So for each object the memory address will be the different. Okay, now if you write here, let's say print statement to just print the value of this. If you write here a student name, the value it will display what? Right now a student name is holding what? Dheeraj Gupta, right? So it will display the Dheeraj Gupta. Okay, now if you write print statement roll number, so it will give you the value 23. Now again if you print here course, it will display math, because right now these are the variable holding these are the values. Now as soon as you write this code, a student underscore name equal to Bhavna Singh. Now here what happened, here you are using the variable name is student name. Here also you are using the same variable name. As soon as you are defining the new same variable name and with the new value, what will happen? A new object will be stored here. Here it will be stored Bhavna Singh, and now this student name and this student name is same. Right till here, the student name value will be the Dheeraj Gupta. Once you will execute this one, so this student name is refer this one, right? So it will remove this one. Now your student name will be refer this one. Now from here, if you write the print a student name, the value will not print Dheeraj Gupta. The value will print what? Bhavna Singh. And now here now this variable does not have any this value does not referring any variable, right? Now there is no variable which is referring this one. So automatically what will happen? This will be removed by the Python. Okay. This what we are saying cleaning. Some internally some cleaning option will come. So it will automatically clean this one. Okay. So this will be automatically, it will eliminate these values automatically. So that's why if you see here, until and unless you will execute this value, so till here, this value will be Dheeraj Gupta only. Once you will execute the value, now value got changed. So this variable will refer this value, not this one. So these variables are used to store the data or value temporarily.